This is not just a story. This is a journey of a young man who carried more pain than most people can imagine. A traveler who walked away from everything, his city, his family, his dreams, and the love he thought would last forever. But why did he leave? Because sometimes life does not push you gently. It throws you into the fire. And in that fire, you must either burn or rise. He was young. His eyes still carried the light of hope, and his heart was full of trust. Like every young man, he dreamed of building a life, a home, and a future with the woman he loved. She was his world. When she smiled, he felt the sun had risen only for him. When she spoke, he felt the world had gone quiet just to hear her voice. And when she held his hand, he believed nothing could ever break him. But life always tests us in the ways we least expect. One day, when he looked at her with love, waiting for her smile, she looked back with coldness. Her words, sharp like a knife, cut straight through his soul. She said, "You have nothing, no money, no fame, no future. I cannot live my life with you." For a moment, the world stopped. He thought he had heard wrong. He thought she was joking, but her eyes had no love, no mercy. They were filled with a truth he could not escape. His heart broke that day, and with it, his world collapsed. For nights he could not sleep. His pillow was wet with tears, though his face never showed his pain. He laughed with his friends, he spoke with his family, but when the night came, he was alone with his silence. His heart screamed, but no one heard. Betrayal is not just about losing someone. It is about losing yourself. And in those nights, he was lost. But one morning, after countless sleepless nights, he stood in front of the mirror. His eyes were red, his body weak, his heart tired. And yet, in that broken reflection, something small but powerful appeared. A voice whispered inside him, "If people have left you, if love has betrayed you, do not leave yourself. You still have you. Start again." That morning, he made a decision that would change everything. He packed a small bag. No big luggage, no heavy suitcase. Just a few clothes, some coins, and his wounded heart. He left his city. He left behind the streets where he once walked with her, the park where he once promised her forever, and the home where his family still lived. He walked away from his old life, not because he wanted to, but because he had to. The traveler's journey had begun. The new city was cold. Its streets were crowded, but he felt more alone than ever. Thousands of people walked past him every day, but not one face looked at him. He rented a small room. A room with an old bed, one chair, and cracked walls. There was no decoration, no comfort, no warmth. But to him, it was enough. It was his battlefield. the place where he would fight for his survival. Life started from zero. Every day was a fight. In the morning, he worked on a construction site. His hands, once soft, now carried heavy bricks until they bled. His back ached, his shoulders bent, but he did not stop. In the afternoon, he helped at a small shop. He arranged goods, swept the floor, and carried boxes twice his size. The shopkeeper barely noticed him, but the boy worked with silent determination. At night, he worked in a factory. Overtime became his only routine. The sound of machines replaced the sound of music, and the smell of oil and dust replaced the perfume of his lost love. He ate little, sometimes a piece of bread, sometimes just water. His clothes were always covered in dust. His shoes were torn. His body was exhausted. And yet, he did not complain, because deep inside he whispered to himself, "If hunger is my test, I will pass it. If sleepless nights are my path, I will walk on them." The hardest time was not the work. It was the night. When the city slept, he lay on his old bed, staring at the ceiling. The silence of the night was louder than the noise of the day. And in that silence, the face of the girl returned. Her smile, her words, her betrayal. Tears filled his eyes, but he quickly wiped them away. He told himself, "Crying makes a man weak." And so he swallowed his pain. Inside, he was broken. Outside, he stood tall. Sometimes he fell asleep on the chair, clothes still dirty, hands still trembling. But even in sleep, his heart never rested. His dreams were heavy, filled with memories he wanted to forget. One night, after 16 hours of work, his body gave up. His feet dragged him to the courtyard of an old mosque. The city around him was quiet, but inside him a storm was raging. He sat under the open sky, his back against the cool stone wall. His body was tired, his soul even more. He looked up at the stars, his eyes wet, and whispered, "Why am I alive? Why did you give me so much pain? What is the purpose of this suffering?" His voice broke, and his heart felt heavier than ever. And then, in the stillness of that night, a voice inside him answered. Not a voice from the world, but a voice from his own soul. Pain makes you stronger. Betrayal breaks you, but only if you allow it. If you stand up, your pain will become your power. Those words struck him like lightning. He felt a warmth in his chest, a spark he had never felt before. That night changed him. He stood up from the mosque courtyard with new fire in his eyes. He decided he would no longer carry his past as a burden. He would carry it as fuel. His betrayal would not destroy him. It would build him. His pain would not weaken him, it would power him. The traveler had faced his darkest night. He had asked the sky, "Why me?" And the answer he found within himself was simple. Pain is power, if you choose to rise. From that day, he was no longer running away from his past. He was running towards his future. Morning came again, but this time, when he lifted bricks at the construction site, he did not feel weak. He told himself, "Every brick I lift builds not just a wall, it builds me." When he arranged goods at the small shop, he whispered, "This is not my final job. These hands will hold more than boxes one day. They will hold dreams." And at night, when he worked in the factory, surrounded by the endless sound of machines, he smiled, because he knew this noise was temporary. One day, silence and peace would come, and he would earn it. People around him called him strange. This boy does not eat. He does not sleep. He works like a machine. But they did not know his secret. His struggle was his weapon. His hunger was his strength. His sleepless nights were his training. He realized that work alone was not enough. To change his future, he needed knowledge. He needed skills. So at night, after hours in the factory, when most men collapsed into their beds, he opened books. His eyes were red, his body trembling, but he read. He studied business. He learned about trade, money, and communication. He practiced speaking. He learned how to write proposals. He saved every coin. No tea, no sweets, no unnecessary clothes. Every single coin was a soldier in his army, and he was preparing for war. Years passed like this. Work in the day, study at night, sacrifice everything, and slowly the weak boy became a strong man. The traveler became a builder of his own destiny. His first opportunity was small. A shopkeeper noticed his honesty and hard work and offered him a chance to manage accounts. It was a small step, but for him it was everything. He poured his heart into it. His numbers were always correct. His words always polite. Customers trusted him. Business grew. Soon another man noticed him. "Come work for me. I need someone I can trust." Step by step, door by door, his journey moved forward. From shops to offices, from carrying bricks to signing papers, from silence to speaking with confidence, he climbed. The traveler who once lived in a room with cracked walls now lived in a home filled with light. The chair where he once fell asleep from exhaustion was replaced by an office desk where others waited for his decisions. His tired hands, which once bled from heavy work, now signed contracts that changed lives. And then, one evening, it happened. There was a knock at the door. When he opened it, His heart stopped for a second. It was her. The girl who once walked away. The girl whose words had once destroyed him. Her eyes searched his face with regret. Her voice trembled as she said, "I was wrong. Take me back. I cannot live without you." For a moment he remembered everything, the nights of hunger, the tears he had hidden, the pain her words had once given him. But then he smiled gently, and he replied, "The man you left no longer exists. I built myself from the ashes you gave me, and now I have no space for betrayal." He closed the door softly, not with anger, not with hate, but with peace. Because true victory is not in getting back what you lost. True victory is in no longer needing it. The traveler's story is not just his story. It is the story of every person who has felt pain, of every soul who has been betrayed, of every dreamer who has been told, "You cannot do it." He proved them wrong. He proved that betrayal is not the end, it is the beginning. He proved that hunger is not a curse, it is a teacher. He proved that sleepless nights do not kill you, they build you. He proved that pain does not destroy you, it creates you. And his journey left behind a message. Betrayal hurts, but it can become your strength. Hard work is never wasted. Loneliness is not a curse, it is a teacher. And the one who never stops always reaches his destination. So if you are listening today and you feel broken, betrayed, or lost, remember the traveler. Remember, life will give you pain. People will betray you. Dreams will break. But if you refuse to stop, if you decide to walk forward, even with empty hands, you will build a future that even your past cannot touch. Because true victory is not in what you gain. True victory is in what you become. And when you stand strong, with peace in your heart and fire in your soul, that is when you can say, "I turned my pain into power. I turned my silence into strength, and I turned my tears into fuel. I am no longer a victim. I am the traveler who never stopped walking." And that was the story of a traveler. Life will give you pain, betrayal, and struggle. But if you keep walking, if you refuse to stop, you will find your true victory. Because success is not about proving others wrong. It's about proving yourself right. If you liked this story, make sure to subscribe to our channel. We bring you new stories and real-life journeys in slow English, so you can learn English easily through powerful storytelling. Keep listening, keep learning, and remember, your story isn't over yet.